your book is so thorough that you include definitions of terms that you use to help us as the reader. And I know the readers are going to appreciate that, but there were two terms that stood out to me because I was unfamiliar with them.
Okay.
And I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I'd like you to define ectogenesis and panspermia. Tell me what they mean and why they tie into the abduction phenomenon.
So panspermia is, you'll find different definitions for it depending on who you talk to. But it's basically relates back to kind of the ancient alien theory of these alien beings are ancestral seeders, and they came and seeded us from, and took us out of the primordial ooze and created.
Yeah.
Yes,
this is the
exactly.
Anunnaki. This is
exactly.
What's the guy? Stitchin.
Yeah, Zacharias Sitchin, who did not use interpretations have been widely questioned. Yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I think there's a lot more to that, and that's a whole nother subject. I would love to get into that someday, the whole Anunnaki and all that. Yeah.
But bottom line of panspermia was that whole idea of we seeded humans and you're our offspring.
Life could be delivered from something that comes in on an asteroid or a comet, or from a civilization from another planet, or as George Adamski penned in the 1950s, our benevolent space brothers, which they are not. But so it's the idea that we aren't created by God, by our Creator, who loves us and created us, and it's that somebody else or something else did.
Yeah.
But then you have to say, okay, well, where did they come from?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who created them?
I think if you take the roots of those words, spermia would be seed, and pan is like everything, as in a pantheist worships all as God.
Right.
So the idea is we were seeded from the universe somehow, rather than God being a specific creator.
Right. Kind of a one with all, we're all with one. And then the other one you asked about was ectogenesis, and that's something that you may not realize, but we're all probably very familiar with because it's been in the news a lot lately. And that's basically the artificial womb theory. So that's creating a being in an artificial womb outside
what we
of
just
a womb.
literally were talking about in the news that
yes.
happened in Israel.
Yes.
About they created a model.
That's ectogenesis.
That's ectogenesis. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my definition, I don't know if I give well, obviously that hadn't happened yet when I wrote
That's true. You'd
book.
already written the book.
Yeah, but it's just and it doesn't have to. Yeah, I didn't have that yet because it hadn't happened yet. But it could be a human or an animal or a hybrid or whatever. So it just describes the act of growing a fetus outside of a human.
And you observed that, didn't you?
Yeah, I was going to say that's where it goes to.
Okay.
With you literally seeing not only the result of your own abductions, but others, where these entities or hybrid beings are being, what would you call, gestated?
Yes,
in
basically,
tubes or vats or
something.
Well,
it looked like it was a wall, and I write about this in the book, and I don't get too descriptive on it, but it was a wall that looked like aquariums almost in the wall, because they were squared, and each one of them had something in it, a being, and the liquid was
not
red
always
in color.
A human?
Well, it's hard to tell because some of them were pie, but the ones that I could see that were at eye level looked human.
Okay.
It was red. The liquid was red in there, so you had to look pretty close to see. And they were at various stages.
Yeah.
So some were little, and you couldn't see much.
So the red liquid, almost symbolic of
it could have been blood,
amniotic fluid, something along that line.
Yeah, it was clear. It wasn't. It didn't seem to be really as thick like blood, but it could have had some of the qualities of it, or plasma type thing or something.
Wow.
And then at the ends of those hallways were doors, and in those rooms, they would take me to hold a fetus, a baby.
One that had already reached term, if we could use that?
Yeah, one that was outside of a woman.
Okay, so the ectogenesis process had been completed. Right. They were now born, so to speak, or birthed, or whatever they want to call that, hatched.
Okay. It's very disturbing.
I can only
and
imagine.
Very disturbing to see. And there were other women here and other people. They're going through similar things. So.